new band. Hey, take a spin around the block with a babe. She brought a few friends. Hey, say we can get it started. By the new bands. Hey, take a spin around the block with a babe. She brought a few friends. What? We can get it started. By the new bands. Hey, take a spin around the block with a babe. She got a few friends. What we gonna do? We can get it started by the new band. Hey, take a spin around the block with a babe. She got a few friends. What we gonna do? We can get it started. Hey. Something like Nelson Mandela, stitches in leather, birds in a feather. Go 100 or better, round me they making me better. No stakes in the grass, I introduce them to Raz. Not writing the check and dealers, just paying the cash. Down bad, I really was down bad. Now I'm doing $500,000, really do the math. All these bitches sick of fly when they let me crash. I'm the pilot on the plane, better show your ass. Go around, shake it fast. Go fill my glass up the Hennessy, sipping brown. Born a king, now bitch, say I got the crown. In my city, know my name cause I move around. Hey, take a spin around the block with a babe. She got a few friends. What we gonna do? We can get it started by the new band. Hey, take a spin around the block with a babe. She got a few friends. Yeah, we can get it started. I get love in my city. Hey, I get love, so much love. Thank you God in my city. I get love, so much love. Let's go. Hey, take a spin around the block with a babe. She got a few friends. What? Get it started. I get love in my city. I get love, so much love. Thank you God in my city. I get love, so much love. Woo. So much love.
So I wanna start by making sure that we let the people know that you have a Naptown flavor, despite the fact that you're not originally from Naptown. How did you infuse the Naptown flavor in?
Well, the Naptown flavor, it's almost like I was born in East Africa, but Naptown raised me. So, a lot of the people that I've ran across, like Tone, Lil Billy, even G Fresh in my early times, even Goldie, a lot of people who are a big influence in Naptown, or who are really kind of my big homies and people that I've really stuck close to and built a good relationship with and showed me the culture. So that's kind of like how I got my birth in Naptown, was kind of like from them. So it's helped me. Naptown raised me. Even though I was born outside of here, I grew up musically and just learning things in Naptown. So that's how I get that.
So when you say love in my city, you are referring to Naptown as your city?
Yes. For sure. I'm referring to Naptown. And it's getting bigger as the time has gone, but I get so much love in the city now, especially now after, just the things I've accomplished. I'm in the studio with artists that I hadn't connected with before, and everybody's kind of embracing me and just kind of getting to know me a lot. And I do get at the Tone a little bit, because that's why I wanted to do the show with him. That's why even when I had the show and they were like, oh, you need to do this yourself, I was like, nah, I got to bring him along with me, because I wanted Naptown to know that I'm really about making the music scene bigger. And it's bigger than me, I'm just about putting this place on the map, because I feel like there's a lot of talent here, especially after I've gotten in the studio with a lot of different artists. I feel like there's really some talent here, writing-wise, musically-wise. There's some people here that are super dope. We just got to stick to the guns and keep pushing it. And I think a lot of people will realize that there's a lot of talent here, from country, pop, rap, whatever kind of music, whatever genre. It's really a lot of people here that can cover every aspect. And I think it's more than what people think it really is. for sure.
So when you say love, you get love in your city, you were kind of manifesting that.
Yes, yes. Cause I was grinding so long to just I felt like I was outside of the city doing my shows, my tours and everything, that I wanted to just get in the mix more in the city, and it's kind of like that was my uphill battle, because I feel like you got to be known where you're at to extend out. Even if you get known outside of there, if you ain't really known in your city, then it's not really like, you're not really doing nothing. So I feel like I was trying to break into the scene here heavy, and that's kind of what I manifested with the song. Loving My City was something to me that I was manifesting for a long time, and I feel like it's coming right now. Like it's probably it's more than I expected, actually, for real.
How did you get that opportunity?
Honestly, just putting out music. I've been putting out music for a long time, like on Spotify, and just putting out my music, and all of a sudden I was just getting emails from this guy that worked for NBC, but I thought it was kind of a fluke. I thought it was spam. And he kept on emailing me. He would get hold of my mama. He emailed he emailed everybody that you could email that knows is close to me. And I had to go to an interview process. So they interviewed, I don't know what artists they interviewed in Indianapolis or what they really did, but I went through a whole process with that. And then 2 months later, after the interview, they told me that, hey, we select you to represent Indiana for America's Song Contest, and that's how all that started going. And then we went through music and Loving My City. I already had that song recorded, and I actually had Tone record a verse on that like maybe a week before I went through the interview process. And that's how that all started, because they really wanted me to go on there as a solo artist, but I was like, I gotta kind of represent the city, and I don't feel like there's anybody better than to do it with Maxie, So that's why I had to stick to that.
What did that experience teach you?
It taught me that consistency really wins, because it wasn't like the song was streaming millions of views or anything like that crazy. It was just, nowadays in the music business, they have people just searching for talent, So like, if you're putting out stuff consistently and you're doing your thing, like, they're going to find you. So there's really, labels are kind of going under because a lot of people are going independent. So all these TV shows, all these different labels are just looking for talent that can produce and put out music and kind of be self-efficient. That's kind of like the new wave of the music industry. It's kind of like self-efficient artists who are really getting on. So if you can show that you can be productive and they don't have to babysit you, you can go a long way.
Okay, we're going to break from the norm for a minute. So we keep hearing the clang, clang, clang. Can you tell us about your chains? Just hold them up a little bit and tell us about each charm and what it means to you.
Okay, so this charm right here, I'm a general contractor in Indiana. So I'm a licensed general contractor. So like, I build homes. I'm an entrepreneur. I kind of go by the Master P, the P Diddy, just the gurus of the game. So every artist, to me, I feel like this represents, like, if you can be a business person first and establish yourself, you can financially take care of your destiny. You can make the music you want. The world is there's so much money out here. You can make enough money to support yourself and not be an artist is selling your soul just to get a record deal. So this, to me, is an independence thing, So that's what this stands for. This is my company called Fam Square, and I'm a general contractor. So build homes, anything to do with homes, I do. And this right here is a Jesus piece. This is my kids, my family, the birthstones, and this just represents, what we do this shit for. And this is for the family, for the kids and the younger youth, all my babies, and my mom, myself, and that's what that represents. These are all birthstones in my family. So that's just a Jesus piece for that on the headstone. Yeah. Woo. UG. The sun is down, watch me come alive. Come alive. Come alive. The sun is down, watch me come alive. Go. Yeah. Yeah. The sun is down, watch me come alive. Substance abuse, come alive. We lit as fuck, turning up. Yeah. Substance abuse, watch me come alive. Yeah. It's like I owe you something. Work for this money, I pay your rent or something. Ask for days, I'm here for 30 days. Ain't wiping no hole, ain't trying to save one. Fell in love with high stunt, got you naked, roll and run. Foreign truckers hit the front, hit the breaker, push the start. Louis bottle stained bloody, keep my diamonds always flooded. Keep it real, don't want no problems, I just solve them. Yeah, yeah. The sun is down, watch me come alive. Substance abuse, come alive. Hey, we lit as fuck, turning up. Substance abuse, watch me come alive, come alive. Come alive, live, 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 come alive. Come alive, live, come alive, come alive. I've been drinking a little too much, I feel alive, feel alive. Come alive. Come alive, live, 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 come alive. Won't you come alive? Hey, hey. The sun is down, watch me come alive. Substance abuse, come alive. Yeah. We lit as fuck, turning up. Yeah. Substance abuse, watch me come alive.
So, do you visit Africa often?
I haven't been back, but since the show that I did, I have a lot of fans out there now, and I'm gonna go out there. I've been kind of waiting for the summer just to kind of see the temperature, deal with like promoters out there. So I'm kind of just seeing what I need to do to make that next step out there. But a lot of the music I'm making too has to feed out there. So I've been working on a lot of my Afro music that I'm going to release on top of everything else that I do, because I feel like where I've lived, from being born in Africa to coming to Indiana to living in Texas, it's kind of like a gumbo mix of everything. So I've took all that, and I want music to, just take me across the world. So, like, I want to go back there, but I want to go back there the right way. And my kids ain't never seen where I'm from, so it's kind of like a big deal when I go back.
Right now, there's a conversation about the reception of people outside of Black Americans getting a better reception than the people that are the descendants of slaves here. Do you see that? Do you recognize that in any way?
Well, I feel like, we're all connected, but I do feel like there's African Americans, right? Which to me are my kids, because my kids are African and, American. They got the mix of that, right? Then there's Black Americans and there's Africans. We're all still from the same place, but the cultures are different, right? So I feel like if everybody understands the different cultures and how everybody's grown up, it will make sense to people, because how Black Americans grow up here and how Africans grow up in Africa is totally different. It's totally different. But we're still all from the same place. But I feel like cultures need to, if you do your research and you understand different cultures and how they operate, even if we're all intertwined, you just got to do your homework. You can't really know nothing about anything if you don't really research how it is and how it operates,
Yeah, so like they're bringing up how the lead character of Snowfall, the lead character of All American, like all these different popular shows Hollywood chooses English men or African men to represent black men. They have to erase their accent and study the hood and things like that to represent it instead of choosing black men. Um,
Yeah.
do you see that, or do you have a theory on that or thoughts about it?
Well, Hollywood's a tricky place because even having to deal with it like that, it's a narrative, right? And you're right. I don't really agree with it because I feel like the people that are in position to tell that story or the narrative of that story aren't doing it the right way.
And you actually kind of just experienced it
Yeah.
because they chose you and you
Yeah.
decided, I want to bring him along with
Yes.
me, you know?
Yes. I did definitely experience that. But see, with that, to me, though the experience was, and I feel like a lot of people in the city were like, oh, well, why is he representing Indiana, but he wasn't born and raised here, like born here, like I'm from Africa, but I live in Indiana, and I'm representing Indiana on the TV show. But I feel like a lot of people need to understand that, we're all. That's why I feel like if I didn't bring Tone on the show with me, I would have been selfish in representing the city of Indiana because I was really somebody that was born here,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a really tricky thing because we have to tell our story. We have to make sure we tell our story in the best way and include people that help us tell the story, right? Even if I wasn't born here and I come here, I can come here and then I can link with people like Tone, Billy, people that are from here and learn about the culture and learn about what's going on here because I live here, like I live here. So like I said, I was raised in Indiana. So, but including those people in what I'm doing solidifies me more because I'm doing my research to make sure I'm representing where I am the best way.
So when do we get to hear some of your Afro beats?
That's all coming this summer. I got I'm dropping a lot of that's all coming this summer. All my music with everybody. I mean, I would say this is gonna be the biggest summer, even more than the show and all that, because I've linked up with so many people now, and I'm in the mix, and I feel like I'm gonna bring my flavor to what I do, because I'm really a writer at heart, right? That's really what I want to do, and going down to Nashville, I'm gonna take a lot of people that I've met here. Like I wanted to bring people here and take them outside with me and show them, like how Naptown really is. And I feel like somebody in the city that's really doing it, like Champ made it. Champ is like, to me, he did like my first mixtape. Champ to me has really done it. Like nobody can say nobody hasn't made it from Indiana because he's made it. He's there. He's a DJ for one of the biggest artists. He's doing it. He's moving around. He's doing that. And to me, it's kind of like I think everything is moving in the right direction. I know it's been a process, but I feel like everybody is like kind of getting in that space where it's really about to take off. I feel like in the next couple years, it's going to be a lot different. A lot of people are going to know like artists from the city, for sure. Even from the young ones up, I think it's just like about to change now.